why, but we were talking about the Lancelot, and I feel like Team Spirit, they're definitely catching up. It has to be prioritized at this point. Even despite the passive, I feel, right? If you just get to at least hit the Zetian or put her within range of the Thorned Rose, that's going to be a lot. So at least they have the Badang to somehow deny them still of the other potential dive heroes that they might be picking up, because so far it's only the Lancelot on the Phoveus, but...
Okay.
Wow.
Super Ken, okay.
Hey, what about today? More Fannies coming up.
I would say that people are excited to see this, right? Generally, because now you have the Fanny versus the Lancelot matchup. You get to go ahead and see that. And, you know, we've been kind of building this up into the fact that, yeah, we're going to get, for a lot of people that are watching this, is going to be the first time they get to see actually Super Ken play here internationally for Dfyg. And I haven't been a huge fan of the Zetian pick. Like, honestly, I know it does provide some of that vision. She's got a great kind of pushback passive that she has too, so you got that, you know, a little bit of defensiveness to it. But I feel like, I don't know what her win rate is exactly, but I just feel like she struggles in some sense. And maybe this is just one of those things where it's like, okay, this is just one of the better options we have against the Jushin pick that we see from Team Spirit. So I would love to see how they build up this lineup even more, because they've already got quite a bit of damage, of course, now that you have the Fanny, but you also have to protect it. Maybe the what is their gold lane option here for Dfyg? Maybe it's the Moskov once again.
Yeah, can be the Moskov, unless Team Spirit decide to ban out one of the gold laners that are still up there. But if not the Moskov though, I think Long has adjusted pretty well to the meta. He's been playing a couple of Granger games as well. Still, of course, the Bruno is still one of his most known picks, so that might be an option. But I'm still leaning towards the idea that, yeah, it might be the Moskov maybe picking up. So there you go.
Let's go, Long.
It still has to be the safe option. Team Spirit, though.
I mean, I kind of feel like a Granger would still be okay here, no?
Yeah.
Right, just have a lot of burst damage and then try to control the map, because the Fanny isn't going to be the greatest around the turtle. So I kind of feel like, you know, get a draft that's good around turtle, around Lord, and then just play for your win condition, you know? So I feel like, you know, burst is good. Ranger, Bruno, etc.
Yeah, maybe, let's see, because the Wanwan's banned out, so they actually go to Harith instead. It's a whole lot of magic damage, of course, that they're going to go with, but also they're covered really from the front. They have great initiation too here for Team Spirit. And the last pick for Dfyg is going to be that Esmeralda.
I mean, how could we forget? I think this was KLVJ's most used pick, especially in the qualifiers, and it does so well against the lineup of Team Spirit right now.
Yeah, but right now, if we're looking at the draft here and we're hearing the cheers coming in from especially Team Spirit, it looks like they're very happy with their draft. And I gotta say, it's a very easy to execute draft compared to Tianfeng Yaguai. So I want to see how they're able to pilot it. So now I'm gonna throw it over to you guys for the first game of the final series of the day.
Thank you so much, LaFell, for breaking it down with us through the draft. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English stream here for MSC 2025 at EWC. This is the final match for Group B today. Once again, I'm Naisu, joined here with Brigadier to bring you the game number 1 in this best of 3. We take a look once again at the junglers here. It's going to be an assassin matchup for One Shot and Super Ken. We see this Lancelot a whole lot. Brigada, how do you think this will fare against a Fanny from Super Ken?
I mean, the most recent Fanny we've seen hasn't been that successful earlier today, not unless a lot of the conditions are met. I mean, even at the jungling speed, apparently you could already see how One Shot is clearly up ahead of Super Ken in terms of speed, but it seems like they'll be able to look for a way to force a skirmish against each other here in the middle lane. None of them will be committing too much, however. And that Litho Wanderer, it looked like a heavily contested objective.
Yeah, this might be one of the more action-packed matches I feel like we've seen in a bit. The way this first minutes even go. And Sunset Lover takes some damage. Good trading up top too between the two gold laners. So you'll see some rotating happening here. And Zed might be a little, proactive on this Badang to be able to go ahead and set things up even early on.
Yeah.
Even with a flicker alone, like you could still be a threat at this point in the game. You don't need to be that level 4 exactly just yet. Oh,
Mlbb on the Esmeralda will actually be the first blood in this game. Even though we were expecting a slightly more comfortable game from him, that early rotation coming in from one shot seemed like a great punish against this Esmeralda.
And Mlbb even used the Purify there. Still going down early in the game, so the Turtle's going to be up here shortly as both teams try to get a possession for this. So one shot already starts it up. Sawo staying up at the front alongside Kid Bomba, and they're just going to go ahead and go 1v2.
They're standing right in front of Super Ken, and there's not much he can do!
What?
Kid Bomba actually tries to chase after him, but then the damage won't be enough. One shot using the Phantom Execution takes down Zed, and they transition into the purple buff. This is going to be massive if they deny it immediately for Super Ken, but at least E1 was there. They're going to calm down for now.
Yeah, it was so close. If Kid Bomba, I feel like, would have got that, we probably already started the dance moves here. But, you know, going on, the aggression from them at this point in the game gets them a pretty good start. Nothing too crazy. Dfyg is going to be okay. They just have to go ahead and adjust from this. And that's always the case with a Fanny in tow. He even flickers forward for that, but it's just unfortunate, you know?
Yeah.
You can't hit him too far. I don't even know what Phoveus holds. Is it like a piece of an obsolescence or something? Like,
yeah.
you could see it right there too. He thought he could get it.
It was so close. But Hiko needs a few more shots just to take down Zed. And I feel like I also wanted to mention Zed in that moment because it doesn't feel like Team Spirit acknowledges the Badang that much. It's like they bypass the entire presence of the Badang and just go straight after Super Ken, which I feel like for Team Spirit is clearly one of the more important things to deal with at this point in time, because if they deny the Fanny in as early as the first 5 minutes, then it's going to be a lot more easier for them to pull off their lineup. And that's not to mention the fact that they've been sort of winning the side lanes, even with very minimal rotations coming in.
Yeah, you can see this too. Taking a look at the emblems, nothing too crazy. A little bit of common emblem though for Sunset Lover on this Jushin. To go ahead and work around with. Some hybrids too being built over here for Dfyg. And I think that's the main thing for Super Ken really is he going to be able to actually utilize the Fanny? Because if you're just kind of pressured enough, you almost find yourself in this position where it's like, all right, I'm just going to be getting my buffs, and yeah, he's got to deal with Kid Bomba all day.
All day.
And hope that you can find something on the map.
Oh, Kid Bomba gets out of that fist break, fist crack combo. Beauty of the Phoenix already committed, but Kid Bomba again finding Super Ken. Literally does not want him to be able to land those cables as efficiently. Team Spirit are just doing such a great job sustaining everyone, but then it changes when Long goes in. But Team Spirit, they respect that too. They just disengage.
Okay, Super Ken has the information. This Turtle's just going to be taken by one shot, so another objective for Team Spirit. So all of that, you know, no one goes down, but ultimately Team Spirit's like, okay, we stalled them enough to go ahead and secure ourselves the Turtle. And that's, you know, job well enough done at this point in the game. So they hold on to a very minor lead. Dfyg still not too far behind, nothing too crazy. And as long as we've seen this before, I mean, the last time we got to see even Lung play this Mozkov last MSC 2024, he actually had some pretty impressive plays. He has good positioning. So I'm just wondering, you know, as he still brings the Mozkov forward for this game one, like how much has his mechanics and the micro positioning for him improved in a year's time?
Yeah, they probably are waiting for Long once again to be able to join. Typical situation you see whenever there's a Moskov and you're kind of behind in terms of the early to mid portions of the game. But I feel like even when Long gets to join, there are just so many ways that Team Spirit are gonna be able to deal with him. Like, you know how AoE is a huge, or is gonna like be such a huge problem for these kinds of compositions who really want to be able to find that right positioning. There's the threat of the AOG, Sunset Lover, who's just gonna look for the stacks on the Lantern Flare, and is kind of one of the tankier mid lanes who can just go in whenever he wants to. But speaking of one shot, he'll be the target this time around for Super Ken, and Zed lacks the damage though, but This might be
Oh, this is a
a
response.
fight. This might be something Team Spirit will try to go for. That first casualty is actually going to be long, and Hiko still doesn't use the Zaman Force. Oh, there you go. Finally takes down Zed as well. And Team Spirit might be able to convert it this time around.
Yeah, it looks like they might even get themselves the third turtle. One Shot's going to go grab the buff. Super Ken has no option but to just push one of the side lanes here for now. But you saw how Team Spirit, they just literally walked down to the bottom lane because Dfyg was not able to convert anything with the amount of time they spent down there. And they just collapsed down under the tier 1 turret to capitalize on it. So, interesting takes there. I think still for Team Spirit, you can see Brute Force picked up now for One Shot, so he's got a little more of that defensiveness to help him out with this, because so far we haven't seen this like big team fight by either team break out just yet, and Dfyg definitely needs time for that.
Because honestly, I feel like the way Team Spirit is playing right now is they have their eyes set on something, and when they get that something, they don't overstay anymore, or like they just get out immediately and divert their attention to other things. And that's the difference for Dfyg. They try too hard, but He1 is the first to fall. Look at the damage coming in from Hiko and the Zaman Force. Zed will have to walk away. And even just as Super Ken wanted to take his purple buff, there's trouble once more. Kid Bomba denies that from him. And look at One Shot, 5-0 on the Lancelot right now.
And how many times we're going to see the Lancelots just get games like this where they get all the kills, they don't die, and he just picked up the Brute Force, like I mentioned, so, you know, very tough position to be in. And you were just mentioning this, Brigid. I think a big part of this is the fact that Team Spirit is just playing very clean. I mean, they're disciplined, they're going in for the right opportunities, they get what they take, and they don't push for too much more. Unless maybe for Kid Bomba to an extent, but he's allowed to be able to do that on the Phoveus, and that's okay. So what you're seeing is for Dfyg is just how do we contain this, because so far we haven't been able to utilize the fact that we have a Fanny. We also have to start considering the fact that we're not going to be able to just let Super Ken get the purple buff. I mean, the whole game he's had to deal with Team Spirit in his jungle. So how do you control so many of those things falling apart here around the map?
That's such a problem. Honestly, it's Dfyg who's being contained for majority of this game. Another Zaman Force and a massive threat as One Shot is just right in front of the other members. AOG committed by Sawo, but could this be a counter engage for Dfyg? KLVJ goes in, but he won't be able to tank the damage. Super Ken trying to fly over the members of Team Spirit, but you don't see the damage just yet coming in from this Fanny.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, they're going to try to hold on to this tier 2, but they're just cut off.
What? The Zaman Force? Hiko has it again. After being able to previously use it, probably the talisman. Super Ken, just as we mentioned the damage, he finally finds a pickup onto Hiko. And they'll probably be very happy with that. That's actually the first kill they're able to get in this game.
Yeah, 9.5 minutes in, your first kill, and it goes in the hands of Super Ken. I mean, at least they got something out of that, because right now Team Spirit has been in complete control. And, you know, you're wondering, you know, the damage, where is it going to be from Dfyg? Lung needs plenty of time on the Moskov. He has to go ahead and build up, and you're thinking that, you know, Super Ken is going to be able to be the guy to do that. Well, maybe if he gets a couple more of those kills in his pocket, then he can build up from there. Because you can already see, right, the disparity between him and One Shot is quite apparent. He does have the War Axe. He does have the Blade of Hepsies here to help him out a little bit more. And that's why that burst is there. But unfortunately, I think they just have to watch this objective being taken. Zed's around the corner. They're just zoned off of it.
Sunset Lover is so brave. He's the one going right in. Super Ken gets to just a phantom execution, but Zed, he's being chased, and the Thorn Rose will finally take him out. That's one member down for Dfyg.
Wow.
He won. Super Ken, KLVJ are just around the area. They have no idea that Super Ken is actually there, but Hiko finally spots him, tries to take him down, and Super Ken once again, for the second time around, gets a kill onto Hiko, but on the other hand, One Shot also finds Ye1. A 2-for-1 trade so far, and no one secures nor commits to the Lord.
I'm actually surprised that Dfyg stalled them out that long.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the Lord. They end up trading a couple kills. Super Ken will get his purple buff, so he's fine. But that was actually a good way to go ahead and stall them out. And they're still going to keep Lung there. Lung is still pushing in that lane, but he might have to join this. I don't know if they're going to be able to contest, though.
That's a flicker already used by Zed. They tried to go for Sunset Lover, but one shot, he just found KLBJ, and now they're going to go after the members of Dfyg one by one. Long already makes an appearance as well, but one shot, all the while the other members were zoning them out. He just works on the objective.
Okay, objective secured. Team Spirit going to be able to make it happen that time, but Dfyg finds a little bit of hope in this game. They need to buy themselves time. That's the name of the game right now, especially with the way things have gone.
Are they actually gonna fight this again? Super Ken. Okay, that was clearly another attempt to take down Hiko, but I feel like Sawa also learned a thing or two from the previous pickoffs. He's sticking by Hiko's side. They definitely need to make use of that unbreakable. They definitely need to protect their gold laner a lot more. And so Dfyg, let's see how they defend this incoming siege from Team Spirit for now. Oh, Super Ken, it goes in. He actually gets caught once again by Kid Bomba, but is able to survive nonetheless. No more Holy Shields for Dfyg. And there goes the AOG from Sawo as well. They'll be working on the turret for now, but Super Ken, gets caught there by Kid Bomba. They successfully take down that inhibitor turret. Look at the damage coming in from Yi1 as well, but the Nomad stun coming in from Zed. Will there be enough damage, however? It seems like no, but it's a successful defense from now for Jianfeng Yaoguai.
Oh, that's too bad. They didn't have enough firepower to actually capitalize on that. They lost Zed, but they do stay in the game. They hold on. They lose the mid-turn.
Oh, they stay in the game somehow, but they forced out a flicker from Yi1. It seems like Team Spirit, for the first time in this game, actually stay a bit more longer than we expected.
I guess they want more base turrets here. They're going to push in the bottom. There's the Spear of Destruction.
Oh, but the Dark Wave, it knocks up two members. And it somehow forces Team Spirit to finally walk away. Impressive still from Jianfeng Yaoguai, but now Team Spirit, it seems like they've settled with just a single inhibitor turret.
Okay, this is still... Oh, Super Ken!
Oh, he finds two right there. Oh my goodness, the fights keep going.
No, that was I didn't know if he was going to get taken out or if he was actually going to be able to convert a kill there. We'll take a look at the items here just a bit. You're still down a bit, 1,000 gold, or a few thousand gold here for Super Ken, but he's doing okay. He's building back up. He got himself a brute force as well, so he's fine. I think even for Kill, VJ still has some ground to cover, but at least he's a little more tanky. He has an Oracle now picked up too, Enchanted Talisman. Got the anti-Cuirass. And also, for Lung, Lung's done a phenomenal job at just farming up.
Yeah, he's actually up ahead by a bit. Crimson Beacon in by Sunset Lover. Will Zed be able to find the right targets, though? Knocks them back for just a moment, just briefly, before one shot gets the kill. 9-0-2 on this Lancelot. Could this be another deathless double-digit kill Lancelot game?
It's well on his way right now. Zed, though, is just a punching bag. Right now, he's trying to find things. He's trying to find windows where he can set things up, but a lot of times it's like he gets cut off from the rest of the team, and they can't really follow up the way they want. His Omnic Force is going to be expended already, and so they might go ahead and go for their attention. Super Ken's on the other side of the map, so I think he gives himself the information. Do you want to 1v1 this?
One shot, he tried to look for Super Ken, but he fails to find him. He stole away the purple buff, actually.
I think he got it. One shot got it.
Oh, what he has? Okay, so maybe that was his purple buff, because prior to that, I'm not entirely sure if he had his own. But Sawo blocking the way, won't even get to see KLBJ, uses the AOG on the other side of this area just to ensure the other members of Dfyg won't catch up. Super Ken, Sunset Lover gets to spot him though. They'll try to take him down before they proceed with this objective, while Long just works on the other side of the map. Phantom Execution finds Super Ken, and Kid Bomba once again blocking his path. Will Zed still try to make things happen? It seems like no more, as Team Spirit secure the Lord.
Oh, Zed just on the run. He's going to have to go back to base. They're going to make a beeline for it after grabbing everything they needed. He's also going to take the orange buff here, so one shot will be orange buffed up, and the Lord making its way down the mid. Super Ken still 15 seconds away from being up, so this is going to be a four-man defense against the full force of Team Spirit. Can they do it?
Oh, Kid Bomba and Sawo go in at the exact same time. Legendary for one shot. And look at Hiko just dancing around everyone with the Salmon Force as Team Spirit finally secure game number 1.